Alright, so we're live now, and what I want to test for today is to explore ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is a really powerful tool. However, we have to explore it a little bit, and I'm going to show you step by step options that we're going to do. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to get my default code, which you can find here on chart.js3.com. Getting started, just get this default code. And what we're going to do with this default code is explore if ChatGPT can create a custom plugin. For example, in this case, we want to create a donut chart, and that donut chart must have text in the center, and see if ChatGPT can create this. Before we do anything herein, what I want to reduce the amount of color options here, so it will not slow down much our code, or at least for ChatGPT. So I'm just going to grab only this single color option here. I will not even say that this is a pie chart or donut chart. As you can see here, just a bar chart. Now we have here this. So I am ready here. And what I want to do now is just grab all of this. And I'm going to say the following. Copy this. And it understands we are using chart.js, probably based on my code. I'm going to put it in there and say, please make a donut chart from this code. And see what will happen. So I'm going to let it render, and it renders a bit here. So let's see here. Most likely, it should see that this type should be converted. Alright. Type field. Object to donut. Let's see what we need to modify. Alright, it gives us the information, gives us the data here, the color. Alright. Then it understands here in the config, that's the one we need to change, and will give us an option. And it says you customize the options as needed. Responsive, maintain. It gives us even additional items here. That's quite interesting. Not really necessary, but who knows. So, alright. I'm going to copy this and just see if this is a satisfying item. Let's copy all of this. And then what I will do is I'm going to just delete everything we had here, put in the new code, save that, and let's refresh. Alright, that's interesting. So now we have this here, and what we had here, some weekly sales is the title. I honestly do not see this title being displayed here. Oh, of course, why? Well, there's a mistake here. If I'm going to see here plugins, I need to put it in the plugins because that's in chart.js 3 and chart.js 4. We're right now in chart.js version 4, that is the latest version. So if I save this, refresh, you can see that should be it. Alright, but of course, I am not allowed to correct this. I want that the AI corrects this. So I'm going to make sure that this is here. Right now it's version 4.1.0. Alright, ignore that one. There we are. So now I will say the title is incorrect. Please correct that. Oh, sorry, not that one. Here. It gives us this title, but the title was incorrect. Please correct title. It does not show. Let's see if it understands what I'm referring to. So we have the labels here. Let's see, it loads, and then this was label 14. I wonder why it did that. It was just a default information here, or maybe. Maintain aspect ratio, it's set on false for some reason. Customize the option as needed. Alright, what's it doing? Doesn't do anything. Alright, sadly enough, it does not understand this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to refresh because sometimes it's being overloaded. So what I'm going to say here again, please, title is not shown. Please correct it based on chart.js version 4. Let's see if it understands this. So I grab the code, so we'll understand what I'm referring to as this title here, or at least I think it will understand that. And then of course it should start to work. So let's see here. All right, to update this code to work for chart.js 4, replace type, property config type. All right. Why should I replace all of this? All right, it updates this code. Let's see, what is it doing? Because I thought it should understand the title. And it gives us some information here now. All right, now we're going to get the more interesting part. The data, responsive, maintain aspect ratio, false, legend, position. All right, that is incorrect as well, because the legend should be in a, well, this should be, if I'm correct, this doesn't make any sense. This is even worse code now. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Please put the title in a nested object named plugins. Let's see if it understands now what I want. So what we have to do here is to force it to give it, I guess, information. And I'm just curious here now what's going on. Let's see, is it able to do anything at all? Alright, that is really pity. Let's try it again before it's timed out. Maybe this is just too complicated for ChatGPT, and that would be very, very disappointing. Although I've heard that some people are able to do a lot of things with it. Alright, so let's try here. Use the title plugin. Alright, so now it understands here. Why do we need to create a chart.js plugin title? Oh, okay, maybe. Display text. Alright, so it does says that we need to do like that. Plugins before in it creates a completely different plugin here. It even gives this. I don't understand. Here's what the updated code looks like. Import. We don't need to import anything at all. All I have to do is put it in the plugin, in the object. And for some reason it doesn't understand and it creates something else. So let's see what it does. I'm going to grab that specific part with the title. Alright, title, display. No, it doesn't work. Can it? Oh, hold on. We get here plugins. And what is this exactly? What is this showing? To be honest, I'm really shocked or confused what this will do. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this plugin. This here is a custom plugin, so that is correct. And we can put this custom plugin in our options here, comma, put that in there, and let's save that. Go back here and let's see what it does. Chart title is not a constructor, it needs to create something, I guess, but we don't have this item here. Anyway, not satisfied with this. Well, let's remove this and just continue on with what I really wanted to do. And what I will do is I'm just going to trim this down, remove all the unnecessary data. There we are. Let's grab all of this. And I'm going to create a custom plugin. Create a custom plugin with this data. Oh, I'm not sure if this is the right command. We'll see. And alright, so is it working? I guess we're still live here, so it should work. Alright. Function title, chart option title. the problem here right now is we're giving it not the right commands, and because it has the wrong commands, or it's not clear what we need to create. So it just creates something. It does understand here plugin's a custom plugin. What is the custom plugin name? Function custom plugin. Well, it does something, I guess. So let's see. All right. Function custom plugin. Here's the complete code with the custom plugin included. Alright, it sees all of this. So this code should create a donut chart with the title weekly sales and the legend positioned at the very top. So this does not make really sense. Let's see, let's give it a go. But honestly, this doesn't make any sense for me to create something that's already built in. Anyway, we're going to see if it becomes smart here. So let's look at that. I have a feeling that it doesn't work at all. And I see here Code Hero says hi. Oh, hi, welcome to the stream. And I'm not satisfied with this. All right, so what we're going to do is let's correct this and go back here. Give it another command. I'm going to say you create a custom plugin in the canvas. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put in this code, create a rectangle in the canvas by using a custom plugin with the code above. Let's see if it's intelligent enough to understand this. Alright, so this is our item. And let's see here what's going on. Because I've heard that so many people have created some wonderful code with ChatGPT, but so far I'm not satisfied yet. But let's see how far we can push it. Because the moment we can create a rectangle in here, oh no, it's, well, I'm not sure if this is going to be the right one. Well, who knows? Alright, well, this might be an option because we're going to just create here the option. We're doing the object, or basically going to the CTX, so you can write that. Alright, let's see what's going on. I don't understand why it shows these two options by default. I give the code without, but for some reason it just grabs that. So here's a complete code. Alright, I want to have the complete code. So we see here we have the plugin. It's a custom plugin because it makes a plugin in here. And then we have this function for the plugin, which is chart, which reference to the chart.ctx. So basically it allows us to go into the canvas. And from there on it creates a rectangle, and this will be fun. I think it's getting close to what we want now. Alright, so we have this here. Let's give it a test. See if we can create eventually the text in the center for our donut chart. So then here, alright, what's going on here? So we have this here custom function here. It should trigger this here, but for some reason CTX rect fail. Hold on, let me read the text here. Does it give this code should create a donut chart with a red rectangle in the canvas. Note that the rectangle will be drawn on top of the chart, so it may obscure some of the chart elements. Is this true? Red, because this is red, I'm going to change the color here. Let's make this a different color, just to make sure if we're not missing out. Where is it being drawn? Don't see anything here. Let's see if I can play around with it. Draw the rectangle at position 1010 with a width of 100 and a height of 50 pixels, which is correct. So we have here the CTX chart. We have this custom plugin. I'm surprised why it creates it like that. Let me help this item here. Let's do a constant. We're going to create our own plugin right now. If you're familiar with my videos, you probably know exactly what I'm doing here. And let's do this, and I'm going to say, because it indicated it will draw after. So what I want to do is say here, after data sets draw. This is what I really was looking for. So maybe I need to give it some hints or help it out a bit. Plugin, all right. Then we have this. Then we have here the CTX, but of course that will be then now constant. And this is an object destructuring of a chart. With the chart object, we're going to say here CTX. So once I did this, then what I want to do is I want to draw this. So I'm going to say CTX.save to save all variables above. Then I want to say here CTX.fill style for the color red. And we can just copy this. And then we have this one here. Alright. If I do this, we should have a working model. There we are. This works. For some reason, I don't know exactly how it's being triggered here, but it just does not respond with this function. Is there a reason for this? What am I missing? No. So we have this here. So now we have this. What I want to do now, because I'm not satisfied with this, I want to put eventually this rectangle in the center of our donut, because I want to eventually create text here. Well, let's convert this rectangle into a text first. Let's say here, convert rectangle into text, text string. Let's call this donut. All right, let's see if it understands what I want. So it should change this custom plugin into a fill font, basically, or a font type we need, and the fill text with the text and the coordinates of that. Let's see if it understands this. Still pending. Come on. Alright, that is pity. Let's refresh it. Sometimes what will happen is that ChatGPT just cannot handle the amount of requests. Apparently there's so many people using this and it's quite heavy to do this. So if it doesn't work, you just have to copy the code again, put it in there, or refresh the entire browser for that. So let's see if it understands here now. It just keeps on going on that. I don't understand why it's going on this function. It does understand the font. It gets an Arial, alright. Then we say here the fill text will be donut. That's a nice one. And then the coordinates will be 10 by 35. So I guess everything else should be just fine. I'm just only curious on this specific item. I'm going to just copy this part. And everything else here I can ignore. This here we can just ignore for now. It will probably create the same or generate the same text. So what I want to do here, put that in there. Then save. Go back here. Alright, so now we have donut here. And it gives us already the item here, type donut, etc, etc. And you can see here what is happening here. You can see sometimes, because this is such a long text, it just stops. If you want to make sure it continues on, you can just say please continue. And we'll just continue on where, or picks it up where it left at the previous, somewhere there. Sometimes chunks of codes are missing, so that's a note or heads up for that one. Anyway, while this is still loading, I'm just going to change it. What I want to do here now, I want to put this in the center. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab all of this. I will say put the text of donut, the fill text, position it in the center of the canvas. Let's copy all of this. Alright, request timeout. Doesn't matter. No, let me just refresh this and just give it the command. Please place the donut text in the center horizontally and vertically. in the center, horizontally and vertically of the canvas. Let's see what it will do. I wonder if it's even possible, because here's the issue. It doesn't know basically what's the size of this. So I guess that it might just give us a wrong data, or it will just do something. Unless it knows how to get the chart area. Alright. This is correct. Oh, right. Oh, it really gets the canvas width and height. So this will be interesting, alright? It starts to now use really the custom plugin item here. Nice. Alright, that's the X and the Y. That is correct. So now this should be the answer. Alright, this is really beautiful. It did work. I was not well, at least let's test this. Put that in there. Let's save that. And refresh. Oh, what happened? Donut. Chart canvas width. Alright, so why is this, by the way, like that? Console.log. Alright, okay. This is slightly tricky. So we're not allowed to use this. Can we tell the command here? Because it grabs a different thing. This is in chart.js, not allowed. Well, we need to use this here, probably the chart area. So now is the question, can we tell, based on this code, to use the chart area? Please use the chart area instead of canvas width and canvas height. Please use the chart area object instead of canvas width and canvas height. And then maybe we should say here to get the correct X and Y values. Let's see. As you can see here, we're testing a lot here because this here has a lot of potential, but where that potential truly is, it's very hard to point your finger on it because it is so wonderful to use, but at the same time you don't know how you can use it really effectively. So let's see here. This, all right, it does understand chart area. If it understands chart area, it should be able to get the center now. Oh, it didn't use the chart area. That's interesting. I was expecting in the object that maybe it will say differently. So chart area left, chart area right. Let's see now. I think we're right now on the right track. Let's save that. Refresh. Alright, beautiful. But I'm not satisfied yet. And the reason why I'm not satisfied here is this could be far more efficient by putting it in here. So I'm going to say, can we refactor this code and make it shorter? Let's try that. Please refactor this, and refactor is just improving the code, making it far more efficient. Alright, so we're going to, so now as you can see, and this is the real danger of it, is you're letting the robot do everything and you don't learn anymore. Basically, you only learn how to talk to a robot. Alright, it gives here this. It doesn't want to do object destructuring. Can't understand why it doesn't want to do object destructuring. Is there code now? The version uses destructure. Oh, hold on. Do destructuring. Alright, we're using it, removing those. Okay. Use shorter. Alright, and unless I use save and restore calls, as the plugin will only be called once and will not modify the canvas state. Well, there you go. Alright. I'm going to copy this and just double check. Do this. Is it really... What are we missing here? The only thing what I feel like they changed was these two here, as you can see. So I'll save it and let's test that. Alright, it works still, but I want to use object destructuring. So I'm going to say it one more time. Please use object destructuring for chart area. I do notice, and you might notice as well, you need to have some understanding of the code. If you don't have understanding of the code, you cannot see if it's correct or wrong. So let's see here. You can replace that. Alright. It still doesn't want to. So let's see if it does object destructuring. Alright, it does it like this. Not necessary. Honestly, this could be shortened here. So let's say you want to have the chart area combined into the constant of CTX. Well, if I just copy this should work as well. Alright, this works. So now what I want to do is I want to do it one more time because I really want professional code here. Please add constant CTX and chart area together in one object destructuring. So I see here GM is saying something here. You are a passionate developer, but thank you. I am, to be honest, not really a very good developer. I'm trying to learn it. I do love it. It's very interesting, and I think here right now is the AI technology. There are new things that we can learn from it, but at the same time, this is the danger. Many people are saying we'll take over, yes or no. I wonder, but I do see that a lot of general knowledge, what you can basically get online, is now being compressed into a response. So we don't have to learn anymore the general knowledge, and that is the interesting part. But of course, this means we need to know how we can use AI as well. And charts is something that I truly love. So can we make something with AI? Fascinating charts. Can we add up more layers of complexity to make better tools for society? Alright, so let's see here. I'm waiting here again for ChatGPT. It was a bit delayed and had some issues. So let's see if we can really create something out of it. Alright, we're waiting for this. And let's see here. So what we have to do here, this here should be... Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this because I'm not satisfied with this. Of course, let's refresh, put it in there. Alright, in one object destructuring. Let's see if we can really do this. So basically, if ChatGPT can do all of these kind of tech items, how far do we need to understand tech as a coder? That will be a real question. But at the same time, how do we need to communicate to an AI to get the response we want? So, alright, I'm getting the response I want now after how many tries? I have no idea. But this is fun. We're getting something now. Let's see. Alright. I am feeling that this is the answer we need. I hope this helps. Well, this most likely helped very well. Let's save that. Oh, I don't have to refresh that one, but this is exactly what I want. Should be all in here. We have this here. left plus right divide by 2. Alright, that's this side. This is all fine. So now what can we do here? Can we make this more interesting by showing the value based on Hoover? I'm not sure how I can even define this. Let's see. All right, let's try one thing at a time. Let's put in here another line underneath the donut. I want to get the value of, let's say, Monday, which is number 18. Let's see if ChatGPT is intelligent enough to understand what I want. So let's look at this. Can we do this one? Please add another line below the donut string with the value of, let's say, 18 first. The value of 18. I'm going to make it hard coded, and then after we're going to soft code that. Alright. So basically what it needs to do is not have another ctx.fill text just underneath here with the coordinates probably plus 20 pixels or something like that. So basically like this. This is what I'm expecting, something like that. Let's say here number 18. And the value would be here. This is, we need to have below, so we have to do it on the y plus 20 pixels, for example. Something like this. That's what we need. Nothing complicated. Oh, look. It really understands. This is so unbelievable. Alright, it understands exactly. So, and it even explains why 24. 24 is the font size. So this will be drawn the text below. Alright, so I'm surprised it just understands exactly what I want. It's like it reads my mind. Scary stuff. Anyway, it works as you can see here. However, what I want to put this one maybe a little bit up so they're all together centered. I'm not sure if I have the right term for that. How do we center the text? How do we center both lines stacked on each other or something like that? Let's see if we can find the proper term. I do know that we need to really be specific now, or else it just doesn't understand what it needs to do. So what I'm going to say here, please center the text, but make them stack on each other. So I'm not sure if this will give us a result, but let's play. And if this doesn't work, that's alright. I want to soft code this one here. I know how to soft code this, but does it know, or does the AI know how to soft code what I want to soft code? Come on, give me an answer. And are we timing out? Still loading. So I've been wondering, I'm already making a tool where you can basically generate your code on your own, but if this is so good, well, I guess eventually it will be good. Alright, it gets a high demand here. Alright, doesn't matter. Just refresh and just keep on pushing. And alright, let's load it. So I see here nice comment from GM as well. Again, I appreciate your hard work. You give so much effort to make chart.js tutorials. I can't find huge chart.js tutorials in YouTube without your channel. Well, first of all, thank you, and I'm really happy you're enjoying it, because I'm trying to make chart.js quite standard. Chart.js is such a wonderful tool. The biggest problem with chart.js right now is their documentation is what we call very dry, and that is maybe a weird term, but dry means creating a very short and concise documentation, or for coding practice this is the right practice, but not for documentation. Many people need to understand it, and chart.js is a very visual item, so seeing it on video makes far more sense than having a written code that is hard to understand. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So we have our code now. Let's see, what did it do exactly? I have a feeling it didn't do anything different, or did it? We have this text line center, text base, or baseline top, and I think here baseline was here middle. All right, so let's test this code and see if we can make it. If it doesn't work, I'll give up on this tiny part because this is the least important for me. We could fine tune it ourselves. All right, so this is top. That doesn't make any sense. I think here this is not intelligent enough to understand. Basically what I would do here is probably minus maybe 12 and this one plus 12. That's it. That would be my solution. Like that, maybe a little bit more, but you or maybe here minus, is it 24 maybe? And then this one, let's see, or maybe like that. No, that should be done like this. Well, I guess that's not really the right way. I guess something somewhere in this range is probably in the center. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to have it soft coded. So let's grab now the entire item and say to ChatGPT, give me this data point here. It should be in a data object or data structure here with data with a reference here with index number. So let's look if it understands this. So I need to have this again properly worded with a proper command. So we have to be exact here. So what's the command here? Get the maybe the first value. Oh no, replace. That's what I want to do. I want to replace the number 18 in the custom plugin, and I'll just make sure like that. Replace the number in the custom plugin plus with the first data, what's the proper name? The first data point in data sets index 0. Well, the first data point of the first data set. I hope it understands this. This is really weird worded, so I cannot say if it will understand this, but let's try. Alright, come on, give me a response. So basically what I'm expecting is this answer. Data here for the object destructuring, and then this will be data.datasets index 0.data index 0. That's what I want. Well, let's see if it will get whatever I want, and I see it's responding. Alright, it saves something. Alright, data sets, there you are. It does get the data set. Let's see if it understands the data itself. Alright, that is really awesome. It understands it. There we are. It gets the answer. Let's grab this. I think this is really acceptable as well. Although I'm surprised it goes directly to data sets. I didn't know that was possible, by the way. I thought you have to go from data to data sets. So let's see if it reads it. If it doesn't read it, it is wrong. There you are. It is wrong because it goes to data sets immediately. We have to go one object up. So what I can say, data.datasets. Alright, so let's do it again. Because it understands somehow the item, but not fully. So what I'm going to say here, I'm going to grab this code. And then we're going to say, please correct this. The browser cannot read the path data sets. That's it. So now we're just talking to a robot. Alright, so let's see if it now understands it. Come on, give me an answer. So then after this, I have to wonder what would be the next level of it. We will make this. Let's see. Alright, is the issue it's to fix this issue. Alright, to the data. Alright, let's see. It does find the issue. Chart data. Oh, this is just so unbelievable funny. Alright, it gets the answer now, and probably is now correct. Let's see. Well, then we have the data. There we are. There we are. Although, is this data sets? Yeah, I think this is correct. This should be it. Let's test this. There we are. So now, let's see if we can make it a little bit more interesting. I want to copy. When we hover over a slice, we'll change the color. We make the color black. And that's not even a custom plugin. I think that is hover background color or something like that. So let's see if it understands now. Completely different related command. Not anymore on the custom plugin, but just back here. The reason why I'm doing this is after later on, we're going to make something very unique here. Or at least, let's test that. So what I'm going to do here, copy that, put it in here. And then say again, please make the background color black for each, I want to say slice, but the real term for these items or donut rings is an arc. For each arc when I hover or mouse over is probably better, when I mouse over the arc element. Hover for the specific, not each but specific. Each means every one of them, so I don't want that. Specific arc. Mouse over, maybe on hover, on mouse over might be suitable. Alright, what is it doing? It gives an answer here, or it's loading. And this is quite interesting. It's like you ever feel like you're talking to someone, and for some reason it gives some magical answers back. Come on, give me an answer. It's probably loading. I wonder if it... Alright, to change the background color of a specific arc, when you mouse over it, you can use the hover event of the options. So let's see, maybe we discover completely new stuff here. Alright. It gives us always this responsive and the maintain aspect ratio. Or do we have them as well here? Oh, we do have them, sorry. Though I guess that's why it's there. Hover. And this element. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. It gives me some new ideas as well. Alright. Let's see if this is really true. So basically, we only have to do this one here. So we have the get element at event. Alright. Then you can use the underscore model property of the element to update its properties. Alright, fair enough. Let's copy this. And let's look here. Hover, maintain aspect ratio. Let's put a comma here. We'll put it in there. Save it. Refresh. No, it does not work. Does it? No. This is incorrect. Function, hover, if element, well, let me just do console log from what on earth do we really have here, because I don't even understand what we have here so far. It doesn't even work here because I think this hover element does not exist. I think it's on hover by default, but there you are. All right, so this get element at event is not a function. Is it a function? And then the element. All right, so I cannot explain this one, but it should be the hover background color. So let's correct this. Well, what I will say is just simple. Please try again with hover background color. Your code is incorrect. Let's go, let's go. I'm surprised. What is this exactly? This I will understand because there's an on hover and on click, and I think on mouse over or something like that. So that's possible. However, this does not work at all. So maybe if I can do here console log of the element E, just to check what are we even doing here. Nothing. Let's remove this hover, of course, here. Then all right, we get an error. You can see here certain information. So this works, of course, with mouse things, but what is this element? Would be get element at event. Get element at event. Anyway, I'll just leave that. Let's see what's my thing. Oh my goodness. Request timeout. It doesn't even allow us to refresh or try again because it's just absolutely, probably it's just overloaded right now. Of course, we're not going to give up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to delete all of this, and then let's copy this again and give it. Please try again with hover back, new chat. All right, let's do that. Please try. I'm not sure if you understand. Please use. Let's give it a hint. Use hover background color to change the color of an arc element on hover. Let's see if this works. This should work. We're giving it very specific commands. I'm not sure if hover background color is the term. I think it is. Hover background color, probably, yes. Anyway. Come on, come on. You can do it. Well, we can test it. Comma, hover background color. So if you're hovering on the item, so I want to say here black. So if this is the item, there you are. This is what I wanted. I don't understand why it's giving me completely different items. It doesn't understand it yet, most likely. All right, change the color on hover. All right, so it does know now exactly what we want. You can also use the on hover event. All right, so let's see here. What is this on hover event? I know this is possible, but oh, it doesn't give anything here. For example, you can use the on hover event to display the tooltip or highlight specific elements in a chart. Yeah, I guess that is, but not like this. So this here so far, I'm satisfied with the response here. It even understands what to give. It doesn't give you everything. It just gives you the snippet that it needs. All right, so let's put that in here. Save that. Test that. All right. Did I say black? For some reason, it gets blue. I will accept this tiny error. Change the color of hover because it does indicate where. So changing it to black should be no problem. Alright, so what I want to do now is every time I hover on a arc, I want this number to change. So basically we need an update. I think we need a whole function for that one. But, well, who am I to judge? I'm not allowed to type anything. I want our good friend AI do it for us. So please change the no. What I want to do now is maybe extract, that's the first one, extract the value of the arc that we hover over and put it in the console log. We're doing that to make it easy first. We're going to do baby steps for our baby AI, I guess. So please make code. What would be the right term for this? Make code or on hover, maybe on hover, show the data connected to the arc element in the console. Show the data value that is connected to the arc element in the console.log. Let's see if it understands this. We're giving it just again the whole item and say, you know what, you go figure it out yourself. And we'll just accept the answer. So let's see here now. Alright. Come on, hurry up. Here's an example how to use on hover. Alright. We're going to do now on hover. Alright. So it gives us a completely different way to do it, I guess. Or maybe just use the built-in item in here. The onHover event is called when an event object and an array of chart elements which represents the elements that the user is hovering over. Alright, so the chart elements it gives us. I'm learning even new stuff here. I don't know if this is even true. This could be old data, by the way, from chart.js 2, chart.js 3, whatever. But I'm going to accept it as it is. I'm going to copy this and just put it in there. And we're going to put that in there. There we are. Let's save this and see if our friend is correct. Can I read the data? Why? What is it missing? Alright, so on hover event. So let's see here. Well, what is this event first? Event. And what was the error that can I read? 91. What is 91? The elements. So I guess this is the issue. So let's save this and then refresh. Alright. 92 is an issue. But this one does give something. We get the index number. Alright. So we do get the index number. And so what it says is the following. If length, so if the element's here and we get here, can I read property of undefined data? Oh, 92. Alright, 92. Of data of which one? Which data are you struggling with? Can I read the property of undefined of data? Where are you, data? Show me. Data sets. Alright, so to make sure, I'm going to break it down. Because we're getting somewhere. We're getting close to the answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this again, put it in there, but I don't want everything now because I don't know which data is the issue. So we're going to try the data first. This one. Alright, we get an undefined issue here. Why is this undefined? The reason why this is undefined means that there's no values here related. So let's do it like that. Alright, if I click on this, here, the data, we get the full data. So what did I do here? So it gets data sets and then it gets here the element this. So what is this then? Console log, let's try and see. We should get here the dataset index number. But that is undefined. That is interesting. So that means that it doesn't exist. So what can we do? What can we do here? So if this is non-existing and we're trying to go here, what's the reason why this is then first being recognized? Let's try this. Elements. This is the elements. If I say chart elements, what do we get here? Alright, that's exactly the same information here. It doesn't give us here the index number. It does give us the values here, so it knows what value. But if I hover on this one, it will not tell you on which item we're hovering. Or hold on. It does. This is weird. Go again. Alright, so we get here data set. So it is the chart element, alright. That's the element. And then there is no underscore. I think that's the issue. Alright, so let me just test this. I have a feeling that there's no underscore. And let's cut it out, save that, refresh. Oh, look at that. There we are. And do we have an index number? Let's go down here. Index number. Border width. No, we have no index number. There's no way to get the index number like that. So what should be then the second part? That was this. Okay, if I just only do data. Alright, if I do data, we do get this here. Now, this is fun. This is like a detective work. This is how I did it before to learn chart.js. Anyway, let's do this. Oh, look at that. It changes here. I think chart.js 4 has removed certain items. And the reason why is because if there's an underscore, it would mean, that was in chart.js 3 by the way, some element had underscore, and these underscore elements, the maintainers of chart.js 3 was looking at it to change those or to reposition those into another location or something like that, to reorganize them nicely. Alright, I get a question here. Say, hi, is it possible to create a background that is behind the bar so for every bar there is a colored background that is static? The background I've managed to fix is not static. Alright, so let's start to look at that. Hey, I see another one here is from Swinging on the Spiral. Hey, love your videos. Well, thank you very much. Alright, so why don't we just first of all check if we can figure out that one before I guess here we have the answer, so I think I will just leave it as it is. I will accept this response. It's not fully, but why don't we just put a background? So there is a background color here as well. And what we want to do then with the background color, well, we should create one here that should be done, I guess, in a custom plugin. And well, let's try it. And I see here from Monir Khan, I'm following you for the last 1.5 years, so that's a really long time. And I know my videos at that time in the beginning, they were not that good. And at least here what he's saying, your videos are very helpful and your teaching style is very easy to understand. I've learned so much about chart.js from your videos. I appreciate your hard work to make it easy to understand. Well, first of all, thank you so much. I'm really happy I'm able to convey the message and make sure it's easy to understand. I'm also very happy that that you're joining me for 1.5 years, because you have a lot of patience then, because I remember my older videos are not that good. Anyway, I'm going to look at that, and I see here another question here. So for more clarification, is that the background bar is moving when I change the data input, so it looks kind of weird. the background bar is moving. I'm not sure I understand. I think you need a static background at the very back, but let's try. I'll just try it and let's see if ChatGPT can give us any answer. So and I see here another one, and this is my #1 resource even before the docs. Well, that's a that's a big compliment. Thank you very much. All right, let's try and get our background color on here. This will be fun as well. So I guess if if this AI is working better than I am, then maybe this will become the future resource. But who knows? We'll see about that. Right now it's still struggling. But what I want to do now is create a plugin, a new plugin that sets a background color on the entire, I would say, chart area. That will be the entire chart area. So chart area is not the full canvas, by the way. The chart area is basically the area where you draw the chart. So basically the legend here, that's not the chart area, just here below. I have a video about it. So if you really want to understand that one, check out my video, understanding the chart area for chart.js. So let's see if AI can help us. Alright, for the entire, so we're going to use here before draw. That's #1. Background color plugin. Oh my god, it just makes it stuff. Yeah, out of the blue. It knows it already. So we're going to put it in here. So it gives us the plugin. Let's see if it gives us also the instructions where to put this. Alright, so I expect here a double plugin, more specifically here. There should be now new plugin here because it's an array, comma, and we'll do something here. So, alright, it gives us this. It does not take into account my older item here like this, but I will accept that. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to copy that and let's put it in there. Let's see. No, not this one. I want to do here. Alright, let's copy that. You can put that just here above. Since it's before draw, I will just put it above. Save that. Go back here. Alright, so it is behind, and the reason right now that it doesn't look like it's behind is just for one reason, because we have this transparent color here. So that's very important. So I can test this by creating a solid color in here. There we are. Alright, so this works. I think this is what you're probably looking for. So Azami, so I'm not sure, but I think this is probably what you're looking for. A custom plugin here that shows this. What I would do here is I would do this left, right, top, and bottom. And I would just remove this here just to make it far more dry. So we're not allowed to repeat ourselves too much. Left minus right. Alright, fair enough, that's fine. And here, let's save that. There we are. This should be it. So if I would put in here 0, that's, by the way, this, because this is the chart area. As you can see here, it colors excluding the legend. But if I do this here, it will go up here. But of course, this here needs to be recalculated. And then here we have the bottom minus top. That's not necessary anymore because we just need to have the bottom complete like that. Anyway, that's all those advanced tricks. I think I have many videos on these things. If you need to know, check them on my channel. So we have this here now. Alright, so Azami is saying something, is say a bar with a vertical bar. And I have some gradient bars, and I want to get a light white color that acts like a background from the top to bottom on every single bar. I have one like that. It's like you're showing a pattern. I know what you're meaning. I know what you're looking for. I will look later on for the video. I know I have one where it just goes up as well. But put your question in one of my video comments as well, so I will make sure I will reply back. I will try to reply back here on the live chat, but I cannot find the video right now. But if I have that video, if not, put your question in one of my videos, so I get a comment from YouTube, so I can reply back to you. Alright, so what are we going to do next? What I want to do here is, oh, of course, that was the one where I almost forgot about it. And what I want to do here is get this number on hover and then start to change that as well. So how do we do this? Well, I guess we don't have to even figure that one anymore out. We're just going to copy this. I say, and now is the question, instead of how do we do this, how do we tell AI to do it for us? So now I have to just redefine it again. And now is the question, let's see, what do I want to make this number 18 in our plugin, and I have to be really specific here in our custom plugin. Oh no, that's not number 18. We're not allowed to use number 18 now because it's a reference to the data set here. Make the field text with the data value, show the value based on hover or something like that. This is a tough question to ask. Alright, make the custom or the value of the second line in the custom plugin. Make the value, is it a string value? No, this is just a value of the second line in the custom plugin dynamic by showing the value when I showing the value of the arc element that I mouse over or hover over or something like that. Let's see. Well, we can make mistakes here. We are forced to make mistakes in this here because it will keep on giving us answers. So let's see here. Alright, so it gives us an answer here. Let's see if it really gives us you can use the onHover event. I don't want, I think, the onHover event. In this case, I should have it within the plugin here, or no, not only a plugin. I think we need to have a separate function for this. Let's see what it gives us. The custom plugin. So it is somewhere in the custom plugin apparently. Field text doughnut, alright. Data value, alright. So after datasets draw data value, what is this then? Alright, so this is slightly different. Display the data value passed from the onHover event. Oh wait, it gives us really the answer. I think this is the answer. Hold on, it updates the data. Yes, I was expecting to create a function out of it. We update it like that, but it updates within this entire object. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to only copy the config and then also the custom plugin. And I just have to make sure I'm not deleting anything. And I guess here the background color, or maybe we can leave the background color for now at whatever it is, or as it is, because it's not an important matter for this case. This is the custom plugin. So, and if we don't add it up in here, it will not load it, so that's just the color. Alright, it gives us a mistake, an error. Identifier my chart has already been declared. So did I copy a duplicate? My chart 117. Alright, oh alright, my bad. Save this. Object. This is not what I want. So what is really the issue here? Alright, it triggers this. It does do something correctly, but not completely. Custom plugin data value. What is the data value? The data value is the data element index. Alright. Can I do a console log here? Because it gives us an object, so it means something. We're getting close to it. It is close, I'll give you that. Let's copy this. Save that. Refresh. Wow, that's interesting. It works, but it does not work. Because the console log responds correctly. I assume the reason why this doesn't work is probably the Hoover event. It's just, or does it not update this? It should update the item. So how would we do it? So basically what I would do here is create an item here in the we have this data value here. Oh, alright, so this grabs from here. Normally I would do here plugins, copy that, and I'll make that plugins in here, in the options. With the options, just within here, we put in here plugins, and then we do here. Then we could say here, because we have the ID, custom plugin. Because what we're really doing is this. So that's how we do it, and then we would say here the value or something like that. Value, and the value would be here an item, but now we have access to this. It's a function that we can update this specifically. Like, if I create a function, I'll just show you so you have an understanding. Say update value would be this. My chart dot where is that? Config, what is that? Config options, I guess. Config dot options dot plugins dot custom plugin dot value, and then you could say here will be equal to whatever we hover on, 1 2 3 4 or something like that. And then we're going to say here my chart dot update. This is how I would do it. It creates it within here, basically here, and then just try to pass on here the data value. But I will study this part here, so probably there's probably some truth in this part, but I've never explored this part deeply. And then this here would be the plugins. The value would be plugins dot where are we dot value, because of this name here. So basically that's the reference. If I do it like this, oh, 108 is unidentified plugins here because of the comma. Alright, 12, and we're supposed to do something here with this. What I'm going to do, I guess, is, well, we're just testing this, but I just want to let the AI do it. And I have a video for this, by the way, so or a video of how you would do it outside of it. Anyway, I'm not satisfied with what the AI has. So what I'm going to do here is, this code does not give value, it only shows the object. Please try again. So let's try again. Pass the data value. But this is quite nice. If this would work, would be really nice. Alright. Alright, I apologize for the mistake in my previous response. Here's the correct way to pass. Alright. Let's see. Okay, I'm only interested in this part and probably the on hover area. So we got all of this. What did you do here? On the custom plugin. The data value. Alright, so the data value is here. The data value passed. Oh, you can see here what has happened. So I say, please continue. You just cannot handle all the requests, so it just breaks it down, and then we just, please you continue to repeat it. And if it doesn't, sometimes it chips off certain snippets. Then we can just say, please repeat what you want to say above. It's like a human. Anyway, I'm going to put that in here. So what's the difference here right now? I have not seen any difference because this is exactly the same. So there must be something in the hoover. Ah, you got to be kidding me. Come on. Try again. Please try again. Alright. So apparently it's getting overloaded. So what I'm going to do is just going to copy this code that didn't work. Here's an example how you can make the value display custom item. So what I need to do here is to get, of course. Alright, I can just copy this part and just say this code does not give the value. Let's try it again. This code does not give the value, only shows the object object string or something like that. To display the value of the data point that's being hoovered, you need to access from the element object. Alright, using the element value. So it is making up new stories here that I'm not familiar with. So we should have here the same information. Alright, we're getting now some information here. Custom plugin. Alright, so I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Alright, let's copy this part. I just want to check. Are we having the response? Hold on, I'll just put it here above. I just want to know, are we having the same response, or did it indicate now a new response? Access the value. What is this? So this, it could not. Alright, this was my own work. Here, the data value is element.value. Alright, so this is completely different now. Let's comment this out and just save that and just check. No, it's still not working. Why are you not working? Alright, so if the data value is the element. The element.value. Access the value. Is this true? Oh, sorry, that was not what I wanted to do. I refreshed unintentionally. Anyway, it's undefined, as you can see here. It just doesn't show it. Data value, element value. So what's the element? The element is the arc element. What kind of value are you looking for in this element? The context dollar. This is the only one, but this doesn't make any sense. Index. We have the data set and the data index. Alright, what we're going to do is, and sadly enough, well, luckily I copied everything. I'm just going to copy this again and just say it does not work. Please try again. We just keep on doing it until, I guess we can just remove this background color here. There's no function for us. Let's try again. It does not give the value on hover in the second line of the custom plugin. Value of the arc on hover. Please try again. So basically what it's really doing is just giving endless options, I guess, until it just doesn't work anymore, or until it works, or until you stop asking it and then it's done. I guess that's it. You keep on bugging the AI until AI says, you know, or until you're fed up with it or you're satisfied with the answer. That would be a really funny strategy, basically. But I do give it some credit that it's finding some very interesting ways of doing stuff that I am not even very familiar with. So that's why this is really interesting. Alright, Hoover element index. Alright, so let's try some new ways. Alright, and I see this is correct. I recognize this code. This is getting very close to what we want. Alright. Note that this example we're using the get element at events for mode to get the index on Hoover, and then using the index for the corresponding value. Alright, that makes sense. This will work. So after 3 tries we have that. Or this is really close to the desired answer. As you can see here, it gives so many different options until eventually it gives the one we need. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Does not work. Are we missing something here? Data value has already been declared on 83. Alright, so we're using this. Are we declaring this twice? Let's search for it. 1, 2. Alright, so the reason why this is not working, of course, because we didn't get any more this Hoover. Am I correct? Or do we have another custom plugin or something like that? Data value. Data value here. Constant. Identifier data value has already been declared. This is wrong. Where has it been declared? It's already been declared. Where? I don't understand. I'm going to try to convert it then to a let value. We already shut this down. Alright, let's do it. Let's make it a let value. Alright, we have this here. No. I thought it would be really the answer. The problem is I don't understand what is going on. Why do I have a duplicate? Data value. Do I have anything with data value? No, nothing. Alright, that's strange. So can I explain this? Well, what I will do is I'll just make this constant, and I will just give the error we're getting in here. But why would it say the data value has already been declared? Let's go to copy this and just say I get an error. Note that in this example we're using the get element for the hovered arc and then using the index. This is somewhere correct. You can do it by notifying the after data sets. I'm almost certain that it's somewhere in my code. That's why I don't want to really data value. Alright, let's delete this. Just to be sure that I'm absolutely not missing something. Custom plugins. Do I have another custom plugin? No. So if I save this, custom plugin not defined, okay. This is so unexplainable. Anyway, I'll just try here. It gives, let's see if it will tell me that my code is wrong. I think that will be. This code gives me the error because it looks like that I've declared something twice. Oh, what's this? Try again. Alright, I'm just going to, let's refresh this. Alright, it just, I'm afraid it's overloaded. Let's refresh. Do again. Let's see if it gets the item. Why would it say here, or did we get anywhere else? Data value. The data value. Here we have a data value. And here we have data value. Twice in the same block, alright? Where is the data value? Which one? Why is it this one? Alright, wait, let's see. What is it telling me now? If it solves my error, that's unbelievable. Come on, please work. Alright. Event. So what was exactly the issue? Was it here the data? Chart data. Yeah, I guess that's the data. Well, how come data value this? Anyway, doesn't matter. Slightly confusing where exactly the mistake is. Somewhere. Undefined. It still doesn't want to grab. So it should only display the data on hover. Alright, so what is this? Let's do console log for this. Oh, no, where are we now? Oh, that's the one I need, sorry. Undefined. It gives oh, of course, it gives undefined because we're not hovering on the value. And it still gives undefined. Alright, so what's the issue here? Hovered element index. And what is this? Okay, that's this one here. Intersect false. Normally intersect should be true. So I'm surprised why they're using here false. Let's put an in there. Let's save this. Let's try that again. No. Alright. So then what I want to do here is put this on true. Intersect true. Normally it's also true and true. And then without index number. But it doesn't recognize. It does recognize now things, but it still indicates index on event. Ah, or are we missing the hover effect? The hovered element. That's this one, yeah. It should be intersect because intersect would indicate that when we hover, it will show. All right. So I'm trying to debug it, but I think that's not what I should do. I should say here, well, it just doesn't work. Sorry, AI. Please give me another item or give me better code. This code does not give the hovered value of an arc on mouse or mouse over. Oh, I hope it understands. I have a wrong writing here, and I don't know if it understands the data value. Look like your code provider is attempting to display the data value of a hovered arc. Interesting, it understands what I want to do, but it's not correctly implemented this behavior. Alright. It's called after the data sets in have been drawn, but it's not past the event object. This means that the event object is not defined and called. Alright. Okay, so that's why it will say this will result in an error. Interesting. It gives us my suggestion, and then you ask it what's the problem. It would say this is the problem that what they suggested me. Even if the event object were defined and passed in the object, it would not return the hovered because the function is meant to be used with the chart event. This object is called things. This is really unbelievable. Alright. So what is it doing now? Now we can modify the code. Alright. Options. Custom options. Interesting. So then what it says, well, you need to have a tooltips. And this tooltips, if you really look carefully, this is chart.js 2, not even chart.js 3. So chart.js 3 and chart.js 4 uses tooltips without the S, if I'm not mistaken. And anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a go, or give it a try. Wait, I'll just say, is this code chart.js 4? Chart.js 4. It will say, sorry, this is wrong. It should be even plugins, by the way. Really? Is this true? I question this. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to follow this advice, which is what I know is wrong. What are we missing here? Why do we get the label here? Get the data of the hovered arc. Return that as a label for the tooltip. I don't even understand what it's doing. Doesn't matter. Let's go for it. Alright, that is clearly wrong. But what if I say here plugins? We're just going to solve it a little bit. Alright. Are we missing here? Yes. There. This should be tooltip. Save. Refresh. And this is 100. Number 100. Number 100 still doesn't give me any value. It always gives me undefined. So what is the reason why this is always undefined? Tooltip item. So let's look at this. Console log. What is the tooltip item? Alright, so it gives us the value, gives us the index and the data. Alright, so the tooltip item dot dataset index. That's this one. It's correct. So return. What am I missing? Why does it give an error? It cannot read the property. I guess I think we're pushing right now this item so advanced that it doesn't even know anymore what to do. So what I want to do is I want to revert back, go back here, going to save that. I'm going to look into this code here because I'm almost certain it should be somewhere here, but it says it should be an event, which is correct. What is this event doing here then? Let's try it one more time, and if not, then I guess our AI is just not yet ready for it. So does not give the result. Please check again. So we're going to force it 2 more times, and then after that I think that will be more than enough with this demo. I want to have a result, but I guess you have to have a lot of patience. You have to keep on pushing it until it finds any other option. So if you ever heard of the story of Edison, which made a light bulb, if I'm not mistaken, 1,000 times, I guess he had every other option, he's using it until he found it. I guess this is almost the same. It gives you every option you can imagine until you eventually get the option that works. Alright, so it does recognize the item. It doesn't work yet. It says we need to go tooltip. So I want to say no, tooltip is not the option. This gives us the same item as the tooltips. And I will say tooltips gives me an error. This is incorrect. Let's do one more. The code above is not working. Alright, I apologize for the issue you're experiencing, and I'm just looking, and now it goes back to chart.js 2.9.3. This is chart.js version 2. That's not what I want anyway. I'm not sure why it's giving me this suggestion. It assumes that I don't have a working chart.js chart, but probably my command is not clear that I said this code here above is not working, and probably it assumed that, oh, alright, you cannot draw a chart at all. I will call it a day for now. It was a quite interesting thing. We did get some interesting results here, but I'm not 100% satisfied, but I believe with the right commands you really can get it, and with some patience probably you have to test this with maybe 7 or up to 10 options until it gets a working model. And I think as we use it more, it becomes smarter and it gives better and better answers. But that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this as well, and thank you for watching.